Shut up and sit down.
What is up, everybody? What is up, YouTube? This is Jeremy from the STS Guys, here to bring you a little bit of different video today. Today we're actually going to be doing a product review of a very specific product. Today we have for you the Elgato Stream Deck. So for those of you who don't know what this specific object is this is a customizable, programmable LED keypad. Basically, you can map out all the buttons on here to basically do different functions. So this is actually made for YouTube streamers, whether they use like OBS or Elgato or like any of the other platforms out there. If they're a Twitch member or if they're a Twitch streamer, they're a YouTube live streamer. Even if you're not a streamer, you can actually program these to some other different programs as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, well, first unbox it for you, and then we're also going to, once we take it out of the box, I'm going to take you through the software and show you actually how you map out every single one of these buttons, and I'll give my final thoughts at that point in time as well, as far as what specifically I like about this, and is this a product that would I recommend. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the box. So when I first got this is actually quite a bit smaller box than what I thought it would actually come in. So when I was thinking like, hey, 15 key customizable LED keypad, I was thinking, a huge box, but it actually came in a very minimal package. So I actually kind of like that as well. So here is the outside cover. So once we get the unboxing done, sorry for the glare there, we are presented with the actual Stream Deck itself. So it looks like we have the quick start guide right here, and then the actual Stream Deck right here. Right away, just by lifting this thing out of the box, this is pretty heavy duty. This top plate is actually metal, so it brings up the quality a ton right there. So right now, like I said, it's just looks like a simple keypad. But once you actually program these out, like I said, these will actually be customized buttons to make basically whatever you want. In order to make any program happen. So there's the Stream Deck in the stand that connects via USB. And so you can actually go ahead and download the software. And so this actually takes you through, this little quick start guide takes you actually through where to actually download the software, and actually goes through the actual programming of the actual physical macros for each one of the buttons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the screen share, so that way I can go ahead and actually pull up the download of the program, so that way we can actually show you exactly kind of what each button is going to do. So bear with me for one moment while we get the screen share started. All right, so let's go ahead and get the Stream Deck application open. So this is the application. There's actually some pretty cool stuff that's actually pre-built in. So like I said, this deck is basically made to make a live streamer's life that much easier. Like I said, there's actually built-in functionality for OBS, XSplit, which is actually relatively new because actually there wasn't a pre-release support for XSplit. Twitter, YouTube Live, Mixer, Twitch, like I said, you name it, this can do it. The benefit about this too is, like I said, this Stream Deck goes beyond just that of benefiting live streamers. You can actually customize program each of these buttons to do different hotkeys and shortcuts and different things like that. So specifically what I'm using this for is, like I said, eventually we're going to get into live streaming on the channel. But mainly, like I said, there's certain different functions and stuff within Photoshop and Adobe Premiere that I want to go ahead and do. But rather than navigating through every single menu in order to basically apply a filter or make a background transparent or switch to the magic wand or my favorite paintbrush within Photoshop, I can actually program one of the buttons to automatically switch to that specific function within the program. So let's just go ahead and right now, just for time's sake, we'll go ahead and just set it up with a couple of the standard built-in. So we'll actually go ahead and start with OBS. So it's as actually simple as dragging and dropping. And so what you can actually do is you can actually customize and title these. So like I said, this is the scene tool within OBS. So we'll just go ahead and label this scene 1, for example. You can have multiple buttons do multiple things too. So the nice thing is you can actually label these buttons whatever you want, and then they'll actually pop over to the Stream Deck. So after the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up all these buttons, and then I'll actually show you exactly what the Stream Deck will look like. So basically, it'll actually be a representation of everything here that's on the screen. So let's just go ahead and set up a few more things. So let's just set up the audio mixer. We'll set up the source. Let's go ahead and add a couple of our YouTube options on there as well, so we can see our viewers. We can add our YouTube account. So one thing with the YouTube and specifically with Twitch and Twitter and everything else like that is you'll actually have a thing where you can actually add your account. And so what that'll do is that'll actually log in to your account. So this will actually be permanently connected to your account. So it'll actually pull up your specific information. So, hey, if you want to tweet about a specific live stream, like I said, you can do it through there as well. Kind of what I was talking about before is a lot of the format in regards to like the system stuff goes into the hotkeys and the hotkey switches, or like I said, or favorite websites. So if I add a hotkey right here, I can basically assign a hotkey, and then basically it'll observe my keystroke. So basically it's almost like recording a macro in Excel. It'll go through and actually record all the steps that I'm taking in order to basically program that specific key. So the button that's currently set up right now, that's automatic setup, is the welcome button. So for example, I'm going to hit that on the Stream Deck right now, and then as you'll see, it actually pops me over to the congratulations, this is the Stream Deck, this is how to get started, and it actually has the video of how to actually get started. So that's just kind of an example of what clicking one of those buttons actually does. It's actually really instantaneous too. There's actually no lag in between you clicking the button and the corresponding action actually happening. So as far as this actually being a useful tool, I'm actually going to have, quite a useful, time with this, just because of the video editing and audio editing that I do, as well as the live stream that I eventually want to do as well. The nice thing about this too, so if I go in here and I go to move to folder, so this button is now a folder. So rather than actually going through and resetting this up every time and having every button and redoing every time, is if I actually click open the folder, it'll actually store my buttons in here. So for example, if I am in XSplit, for example, and I want to, delay record, a specific, or sorry, I'm with the game capture. So and I want to do a flashback recording with the Elgato game capture, and I want to set up, I want to flashback, a certain amount of time, 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes. You can set up the different time frames, so you can actually have multiple buttons of the same function, but have different durations. So there's multiple different functions that you can do within these folders. And for example, if I wanted to go ahead and click that button, that's what the button I wanted to be active. I'm going to go up the scale of folder now, and that's the button that's currently active within that folder now. You can also set up different profiles too. So for example, if you want to set up a specific profile for your OBS live streams that's going through YouTube and going through Xstream, you can go ahead and do that there. Or so for example, if you want to basically do a Photoshop profile like I'm going to do, is you can actually create a profile for that as well. So let me go ahead and finish setting up these buttons. So I'm just going to throw a few more buttons on here. Like I said, I'm not physically going through and setting all these up, just so that way you can actually see what they actually look like. There's actually a really good Twitch interaction as well. So if you see all these, like I said, these are actually all preset to actually Twitch. So if you are revenue and ad streamed, you can run ads. You want to stream the title of the game you're doing, you can click a button and it'll automatically stream that game title. If you want to control multimedia, you can control multimedia. Like I said, there's a ton of different things you can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick video of the actual Stream Deck itself, and you'll actually see it's exactly represented like that. So let me go ahead and pop over to that and see what, so we can go ahead and take a look at what the actual Stream Deck looks like. All right, so excuse the shaky cam here for a second, but I just want to go ahead and show you this. So I am editing right now, actually this specific video in Adobe Premiere, and so I just wanted to show you the Stream Deck. So as you can see, so excuse the glare from the lens, the keys actually are quite bright. As you can see, each one actually corresponds to each button that I specifically set up. So when I hit that specific home button, so like before, so that one launched the welcome website. So if I go back over to the screen here, I'm sorry, it's on my other screen, you can see that it actually is on that site. So like I said, apologize for the shaky cam here. I just wanted to show you exactly what the Stream Deck did. But overall, like I said, if I had to recommend this, like I said, every live streamer, every YouTuber, every OBS user, every XSplit user, every Twitch user actually needs to pick one of these things up. Just because, like I said, it does help a ton. And like I said, I'm going to give you, like I said, my final thoughts on it here probably the next few weeks once I get into the product even more. But from the initial impressions that I've used it so far, with some of the different things that I've done, like I said, it's been invaluable so far, just with some of the shortcuts and some of the time it saved me. For now, this is Jeremy from the STS Guys. If this is your first STS Guys video, welcome to the channel. We definitely welcome you. Please be sure to give this video a big fat thumbs up if you actually do like this video. If you want to see more product reviews or want to see anything else, definitely leave it in the comments down below this video, and we'll be happy to accommodate that. For now, like I said, this is Jeremy from the STS Guys, signing out. Have a great night, everyone.